Hello, this is Stefano Mazzeo, the director-producer of EWTN's The Message of Fatima. When EWTN asked me to make this series, I was very honoured, but also very daunted, for I knew how many millions of people around the world have a devotion to Our Lady of Fatima. And St. John Paul II had said that Fatima and Our Lady's message is more important today than it was in 1917. The planning for this series really started in the autumn of 2014, when I accompanied the executive producer, John Elson, to Fatima. We were delighted when Doug Keck, EWTN's President and Chief Operating Officer, gave the go-ahead for this series. Pre-production and production took place mainly in 2015 and 2016 and overlapped our post-production of our mini-series on the Inquisition by a little. I was happy to team up with my usual cinematographer, Michael Benko, again, with whom I worked on the Crusades and the Inquisition docudramas. In fact, this would be our 5th production together. Also, we were to work with the local Fatima folk group Casa del Polvo, who regularly reenact scenes from Fatima's past. Ready, in character, and action. And it was from this group that the actors who were to play the 3 little shepherds were found. They are Matilda British, who was to play Lucia, Julia Fiallo as Jacinta, and Alfonso Ferreira as Francisco. Try again. Action.
Why are you crying, Jacinta?
Because we are going to die. We doubt never think our mother again. I want to see my mother.
What's bothering me? It's that we may never see Our Lady again.
It was quite a task for them, for I wanted all dialogue to be in English, and of course the children were native Portuguese speakers. To help with rehearsing the children and to be our location scout, we found Leopoldina Simões. Dina would be our production coordinator for Portugal. She also knew pretty well everyone in Fatima. I went to Fatima again in April of 2016 to meet everyone at Casa del Polvo and to visit and approve the locations, and because they were chosen by locals themselves, this really was just to rubber stamp them and to consider filming practicalities. Michael and I returned to Fatima several times throughout the summer and autumn to do the principal photography. Our filming with Casa del Polvo began in June of 2016 when we spent several days filming with the group and with the children. We returned again in September and October to complete the Fatima drama sections. And a slate, please.
Scene 1, take 1, shot 2.
Action!
Finally it seems indeed that Our Lady should appear to them.
But I saw her.
We recorded many interviews with Fatima experts, and especially with Pedro Valinos Gomez, the Fatima theologian, who was to act as our consultant. We were also greatly indebted to the shrine itself and to Nuno at the World Apostolate of Fatima for all the help. We wanted to fully explore the message of all the apparitions, even the angel, even the 1915 silent figure apparition. Therefore, storyboards were very important and helpful. I found my art college training very useful in conveying both to the actors and to Michael the overall vision and concepts for some of the more complex scenes. Michael is also very good at framing the shots and getting the best out of where we are shooting. We also shot in 4K for the first time, and the quality of colour depth is excellent. I wanted a type of Hollywood biblical epic feel to the colour. After this, there were quick filming trips to France, Hungary and Poland for interviews and to get some other shots to fully explain the message in the wider world. We shot in Nice, a few weeks after the Islamic terror attacks on the poor people along the promenade. They were very poignant and seemed to exemplify the message for today. We also travelled to Pontevedra and Tui in Spain, where two of Sister Lucia's convents are situated. We filmed the Angel and Our Lady in a London studio, against a green screen. Filming against green screens are very useful, as we could then add effects in post-production, like making them float in the air and glow, etc. While filming this, we are playing a specially composed angel theme by the composer of the soundtrack, Adam Tucker. Okay, roll camera. Like you did before, looking down at Lucia. And look up again. There was some discussion about who would play Our Lady of Fatima. She had to be a good actress, and as well, we all agreed, a devout Catholic. We asked our production coordinators in England, Tony and Ellen Plumridge of Triptych Productions, to help, who in turn contacted another Catholic actor, Liam Driver, who was to play the angel, and he suggested a young Catholic actress, Rachel Clifford. However, we need not have worried. The very first screen test that Tony sent to me was Rachel's, and with her perfect diction and quiet presence, I felt she was perfect for the part. In a break during filming sessions, I asked her a few questions on how she considered her role as a Catholic actress and playing Our Lady of Fatima. How do you like your costumes?
I love my costumes. I love them. I love the veil for this one. It's so beautiful, this veil. And I love the costume for Our Lady of Sorrows. It's such a beautiful blue. They're just so lovely, and they really kind of help kind of get into the role. Yeah.
Do you find standing on that little plinth all day hard work?
I do feel quite important on the plinth, which is quite nice, but it's quite hot under the lights and I can't sit down because there's creases, so it's an effort, but you know, suffering.
You offer it up?
Offer it up.
What do you feel about playing Our Lady of Fatima? It's such an important part.
It's such a huge honour for me. I mean, Our Lady's so important, you know, in the church, and to me as a Catholic, it's so incredible to be given this opportunity. And because I'm only just starting out as an actress, and it's, you know, I have doubts and you think, should I be doing maybe something else, you know, as you always do when you start a career. I kind of feel like Our Lady's given me her blessing to do this, because she's allowed me to play her. So it's a real comfort, and it just feels kind of safe.
And action.
Do not be afraid. I will do you no harm. Where are you from? I am from heaven.
We're ready.
And action. For the child Jesus in the 1925 apparition, we found Thomas Martinez, from a strong Catholic family and also having his first acting role.
Have compassion in the heart, surrounded with thorns, with which ungrateful men pierce it at every moment, and keep me company for 15 minutes, while meditating on the 15 mysteries of the Rosary, with the intention of making reparation to me.
And cut. Great. We got it. Good. Thank you. Well done, you both. Shooting against a green screen is very common these days for the effects parts, for you can do various things with the images in post-production. For example, here we have Our Lady and the angel float about in space or rise into the air and glow. For this, I would send Michael full-coloured storyboards and he would spend hours trying to get it to work in After Effects. I feel that music is very important for these docudramas, and especially for Fatima, as it's all about worship. So we had various themes for the parts and characters. Our composer, Adam Tucker, was superb. I gave him a musical idea and some text, often something in Latin from the Bible. Tell him what we were trying to convey or show him a clip, and he'd come back with a stunning piece of original music. For example, for the third part of The Secret, I wanted something dramatic, operatic even. So I gave him Psalm 108, Deus Laudam Meum, and this is the result. And when I go action, you've just been hit.
Yeah.
So react as if the arrow's just gone into you.
Yeah.
So Liam, how do you feel about being a Catholic actor?
Well, it's an honour to be able to perform in stories that actually have a meaning that comes a depth, and that even in the case of Fatima comes from heaven, so it feels very special.
Good, thank you. And being an angel, how do you feel about playing an angel?
Playing an angel is quite difficult because you're a human being and you're not perfect, so you really have to think of perfection as well as divinity, and really transmitting something that is not human and perfect. So it's a very difficult role, but doing it felt great.
Do you like your costume?
I love the costume, yeah.
Okay, Liam, that's your pool of blood, and if you bring the chalice up from there to the standing position, so take that kind of semi-kneeling position. All right, Michael?
Yes.
And action. For our next shoot, we went to Holy Cross Church in Woking, where we created Sister Lucia's cell in the loft at the back of the church, with much thanks to Ellen and Tony Plumridge again. The church itself is superbly detailed with many features and altars. This is where we filmed Lucia as an adult Dorothean nun, played by Claire Churchman, another young Catholic actress. Claire would also narrate many voiceovers throughout the series as Sister Lucia, writing her memoirs and relating the message of Fatima.
My God, I believe, I adore, I hope, and I love you. I ask pardon for those who do not believe, do not adore, do not hope, and do not love you.